Hello friends, myself Dr. Nidhi Darbari on My Education Treasure. In my previous video on probing questioning skill, I had discussed about types of questions, classification of questions, and components of probing questioning skill of micro teaching. Today, in my present video, I will tell you about the observation schedule, evaluation sheet, and micro plan of probing questioning skill of micro teaching. First of all, I will explain about the observation schedule of probing questioning skill of micro teaching. In the pattern of observation schedule, first of all, you have to write the name of the student teacher. After that, class, date, subject, topic, period, and duration has to be written. Lastly, you have to write the name of the supervisor. After you have written the above preliminaries, you have to write the instructions. The first instruction is you have to grade the performance and indicate it by encircling the letter. A means 95% to 100% correct use of component. B means 85 to 94% correct use of component. C means 75 to 84% correct use of component. D means 65 to 74% correct use of component. And E means below 65% correct use of component. After this, the observation schedule will be divided into 5 columns. In the first column, the serial number will be written. In the second column, the components of probing questioning skill of micro teaching will be written. The components of skill of probing questioning skill are seeking further information, creating critical awareness, refocusing questions, prompting questions, and redirection. In the next 3 columns, frequencies will be written, which will be further divided into 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After that, in the 4th column, grading will be done. And lastly, remarks of the teacher will come. After the observation schedule for probing questioning skill of micro teaching, the next is the evaluation sheet. On the basis of evaluation sheet, a decision is taken regarding the teaching and reteaching. In this, a 7-point scale is prepared bearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for recording which component of the skill has been used frequently. Marking 0 means that the component of the skill was completely absent in the process of teaching. Marking 1, 2, 3, 4 means that the component is normal in the skill of teaching. Similarly, 5, 6, 7 depicts the maximum presence of the respective component in the process of teaching. In the pattern of the evaluation sheet in the probing questioning skill, first of all, the name of the student teacher will be written. After that, class, subject, topic, period, and duration will be written. Lastly, the name of the supervisor will have to be mentioned. After the preliminaries have been mentioned, the evaluation sheet will be divided into 5 columns. In the first column, the serial number will be written. In the second column, the components of probing questioning skill will be written. The components of probing questioning skill are seeking further information, creating critical awareness, refocusing, prompting, and redirection. The next 3 columns will consist of frequencies indicating minimum, normal, and maximum. Or 2 frequencies will be maximum, 3, 4, 5 will be normal, and 6, 7 will be marked as max. Now we will come to the micro plan of probing questioning skill of micro teaching. First of all, we will write the name of the student teacher, then class will be written. After that, date will come. After the date, subject, that is science, and topic to be taught, that is sources of water, has to be written. After the subject and topic, period and duration will be written. In the end, name of the supervisor has to be mentioned. After writing the preliminaries, the micro plan will be divided into 4 columns. In the first column, serial number will be written. In the second column, teacher activity will come. In the third column, student activity will be written, and in the last column, the components of the skill of probing questioning will come. After entering the class, the student teacher will wish the students good morning. The students will also wish the teacher good morning. After this, the teacher will give the statement that life is possible on earth due to water and ask the students the question how much earth's surface is covered with water. The students will answer that nearly 3/4 of earth's surface is covered with water. The teacher will ask the next question, how is water found below earth's surface? The students will answer that water is found below the earth's surface in the form of water vapor. The component used is seeking further information. The teacher will ask Rekha the next question, how much percent of human body is water? The student will answer that about 70% of the human body is water. The component used is seeking further information. The teacher will ask Sumita, does bodies of all plants and animals contain water? Sumita will answer that bodies of all plants and animals contain water. The component used is redirection. The teacher will ask the next question, what are the sources of water? The students will answer wells and rivers and sea. The component used are redirection. The teacher will then ask the next question, name the natural sources of water. The students will answer that rainwater, oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, ponds and springs are natural sources of water. The component used is seeking further information. If you found the video to be informative and interesting, I request you all to please give a like to my video to motivate me, share it with others and subscribe it so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. The teacher will then ask the next question, what are the man-made sources of water? The students will answer dams, wells, tube wells, hand pumps, canals, etc. are man-made sources of water. The next question the teacher will ask is name some other sources. Rain and melting of snow are other sources of water will be the answer. The component used are seeking further information. The teacher will then ask Sumita, how do we get rain? There will be no response from the students. The component used is increasing critical awareness. The teacher will ask, where from do you get rain? The students will answer, from cloud. The component used is prompting. The next question the teacher will ask Meeta is, how are the clouds formed? There will again be no response in the class. The component used is increasing critical awareness. The teacher will now put the question, when you put the clothes to dry, what happens to water? The students will answer, it evaporates. The component used is prompting. The teacher asks the question, Sunita, can you give more examples of water evaporation? The students will answer, evaporation takes place on the river and seas. The teacher will then ask, where does the water go after evaporation? The students will answer, the water goes up in the sky in the form of vapor. The component used again is prompting. The teacher asks the next question to Sulekha, why do the water vapor goes up in the sky? Sulekha will answer that because they are light. The component used is increasing critical awareness. The teacher will ask then the question, how do you feel when we go up high on the mountain? The student will answer that we feel cool. This is the prompting question. After this, the teacher will ask Lena to answer the question, how are the clouds formed? Lena will answer that the clouds are formed by the water vapor. The component is increasing critical awareness. After this, the teacher will ask the question that what happens to water vapor when they are cooled high up in the sky. The student will answer that the vapor turns into water and falls to earth in the form of rain. The component used is increasing critical awareness. The teacher will then ask Meena to answer, where does the water go after the rainfall? Meena will answer that it goes into river and finally into the sea. The component used is redirection. The teacher will ask Nidhi to answer the question, what do we call rainwater that collects on the earth? Nidhi will answer that rainwater that collects on the earth is called surface water and underground water. The component used is redirection. The teacher will then ask Manju to answer, can you compare the process of rain to some instance of your daily life? Manju will answer, when we heat water in the pot, it turns into vapors. If we cover the pot and stop heating after some time, the drops of water would appear on the inside of the pot. The component used is refocusing. The teacher will wind off the class by saying that today we have studied about the sources of water and ask the student whether they have understood the lesson. Thank you, sir, the students will answer. Thank you very much for patiently watching the video and don't forget to subscribe.